What's up, folks? Welcome to the Combat Fighting channel. My name is Han, and in this video we are doing an interview with Alberto El Leon Montano. Alright, and we're doing this as a promotion for an upcoming Muay Thai fight card that's happening in Seattle, Washington. It's promoted by Legendary Fight Promotions, and it's going to be the Muay Thai Fight Night 24. It's going to be on February 15th, so keep your eyes open for that, and let's talk to Alberto here and see what's up with his fight, okay? So, Alberto, it's great to meet you.
Sir.
This is the first time we were talking, really. All we did was really talk while we were setting up the mic and all that stuff. So, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing absolutely blessed. But first and foremost, I want to give all glory and praise to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. But I'm doing blessed, man. Thank you for asking.
Cool. So, first time meeting. Are you from Seattle?
No, I'm actually the away fighter. I am from Sacramento, California. So a few hundred miles away, but not too far.
Mm-hmm. You know, is Muay Thai your thing? Do you do other sports?
So yeah, a little bit about that. A little bit of my Muay Thai background. Well, first of all, I first started playing baseball growing up. I played baseball my whole life. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be straight to the point. I didn't make it to the big leagues. I had a bad injury, and then now I became a woulda, coulda, shoulda in baseball. So I had my midlife crisis at 18 years old. For maybe 4 years, I was just like, oh my god, what am I gonna do without baseball? I feel like everybody's like, oh, what am I gonna do now? What am I gonna do now? What am I gonna do now? Started working for a while, and then I remember when I just turned, right before I turned 22, I was sitting in my apartment room, looking up at the ceiling, again having a midlife crisis. What am I going to do with my life? And I look over and I was like, man, I love the UFC because I seen this Conor McGregor poster I had, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this out. I've always dabbled, put on gloves, hit the bag, but absolutely know nothing, right? No coach, no nothing. And I did my I got into Muay Thai just 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still fairly new. But yeah, 3 years ago I started my Muay Thai journey.
Okay, so 18 was baseball. And how old are you now?
I am 25 now.
25, okay. So you said it took about 4 years to get through that mentally, right?
Yeah, just mentally, what am I going to do with my life now?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I was like, I can't. I want to do something with my life, and I don't want to just sit in a box all day and just not do anything. I want to branch out more, even if it's even if it wasn't Muay Thai. I just always wanted to do something more. And Muay Thai, blessed from God, that sign and that calling, it came around 3 years ago. So,
yeah, that's cool, man. So, I want to talk about that struggle a little bit, right? Because everyone can relate to that, right? Maybe men in general can relate to that, probably women too, but for us, we're probably related in more men's terms. That was your goal. You probably played baseball from when you're young all the way till you're older, right? What prevented you from hitting the big leagues? Was it an injury, did you say, or something?
Yes, sir. So when I turned, I think about 18, I was just leaving high school. I was going to get picked up for college, and then unfortunately I tore my knee. Just from overuse, because I was a catcher, so I was squatting for year-round, just hours on hours, bad knees, and at that point my MCL tore, and I got surgery, and I kind of just stopped falling in love with the game, and that was really it, man. And I feel like a lot of us, not even just men or women in general, it's just we fall in love with things. So I just lost the love for the game. I tried to make a little bit of a comeback with baseball, but I just couldn't do it no more. I just kind of just let it go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that being said, right, in that period of time that you took your break to figure things out, did you heal your leg fully?
Yes. So, and after I healed my knee, I gained a bunch of weight. I got so depressed. I got so sad because I literally grew up from 11 years old till, like I said, 18, 19, just playing baseball. And I feel like, that was it. That was my ticket. And where I'm from is sports is your only ticket out. Once we have a saying, which I feel a lot of people do with their whole towns, but you're raised in Pittsburgh, you never leave Pittsburgh, Antioch. So that was my only ticket, was baseball. And I feel like when that ended with my mental health, it's I feel like my golden ticket was gone. And that was it. And like I said, I started working, and then 4 years later, I this Muay Thai coach back at the gym I used to work at. It was a fitness gym called Crunch Fitness. You definitely probably heard of it, right? Crunch Fitness, one of the franchise fitness industry gyms. Comes in. I seen him really often. A lot of excuse me. I seen him often, and then I just instantly asked him. I said, "Hey, like I see you're wearing a Muay Thai shirt. Are you a Muay Thai coach?" He goes, "Yeah." Then I, talked to him a little bit more in there, but never went in. And then I remember, like I was saying earlier, looking up at the ceiling, I was like, "What am I going to do with my life?" I dropped out of college and I went all in to Muay Thai, and that was August 4th, 2021. Yeah.
Okay. So that's like right after the COVID times.
Yeah, little bit right after, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool, man. Yeah, that's a really good intro. I kind of want to know more about. Okay, this is my last bit about it. Okay, because I can relate to this.
Ask away, man.
All right.
Ask away.
So in that struggle, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me the main points of how you overcame that? Like, share with the world how someone can overcome that with adversity and tenacity. Give some tips to kind of maybe help someone out.
Man, if I'm being brutally honest, man, I always remind myself a lot, like, where I'm from and where I grew up, and then also I'm a believer in God. I'm a Christian now, but even before, right, I was not religious at all. Like I was at one point atheist. I didn't believe in anything, and I just didn't believe there was a God. And then I started going to Buddhism. Then I went to Islam, and then I was just all over the place. But one thing that I always give thankful is to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because I didn't believe in him yet, but he was waiting for me. He's always been by my side since I was born. He gave me my life. He gave me my soul, and the Holy Spirit was working through me. And I found God. I got baptized the beginning of last year. And maybe at that time I didn't believe, but he was with me, and I know it's going to sound tacky, but it was God, man. My Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He guided me to the right direction, and it's all God's plan, man. If I'm being honest, I give all glory and praise to him. And every interview, every Instagram post, every post-fight interview, I say the same thing. Just like CJ Stroud, he just says, first and foremost, I give all glory and praise to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And I've been through so many struggles in my life, man. Not even just with the midlife crisis, like injuries, friends, family, especially a lot of death in my life with my friends. A lot of baseball teammates I've lost, and it was to like gang violence, overdose on drugs, thinking that was like cool, to do with the things we were doing. And that's really what made me go through is, number one, God, and number two, just reminding myself where I'm from. And if I made it out of that struggle, I can definitely make it out of anything. And just believing that, whatever you put your mind into, you could do it. And I'm in that process even now with my Muay Thai career. It's just trying to go pros and be the best in the world.
Okay, and I want to say this because you said you did a lot of different religions in the beginning.
Yes, sir.
To kind of learn the values of, I guess, like a higher power, let's just say, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I do find that that's a very good tool in general, because you're no longer in control of the objective. You just have to do it based on faith. You know what I mean? And I think there's a lot of power in that. But I can go on for like forever on that one. But I'm gonna
let me piggyback on what you just said. One thing that definitely changed my perspective, and like kind of what you said, like what made you get through that, right? Is like, of course, it's guidance, right? When we do sports, fight combat sports, anything in life, your parents, anything, right? Even if you were raised without parents, right? You got all these role models, teachers, police officers, all these role models, adults and everything, right? They're guiding you outside, yourself. But me personally, like, it doesn't even have to be with Christianity, any religion, right? It's like, what's guiding your soul? Yeah, we have all these people telling us what to do, these influencers, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. But what's guiding you inside, aka your soul? And that's definitely something that like any religion, really.
Mm-hmm.
What's guiding your soul? Ask yourself that question. You know, it's like, what's guiding your soul? Not your mind, not nothing. Your soul.
And exactly. So that leads us back to Muay Thai, right?
Yes, sir.
You're at Muay Thai now, and this is one of the things I have learned about fighters, is that they're doing it for their soul. They're not doing it because, I don't know, some other reason. Get rich.
Yeah.
Getting rich, getting famous is maybe a part of it, but win or lose, it's like you just want to do it to test yourself and get better at something.
There's no money in Muay Thai, I'll tell you that.
There's some money, but it's not going to be like, opening a gambling casino, something like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But yeah, so Muay Thai, right? You said you started in 2021, roughly.
Yes, sir.
So how many fights have you had so far?
So the way how I done it, so I went to the PKBs first. So I don't think they have them in Washington, but in California we have something called point kickboxing, where they have 2 mats and it's semi-contact. I did 7 of those, and I won every single one of them. And then after that, it was finally time for my amateur career to start. And now in my amateur Muay Thai career, I'm 8-1.
8-1, okay. So you did a lot of baseball. That has a lot of jitters already when you're in the game, walking into the stadium and all that stuff. So you have a little bit of training on how to control your nerves, I assume.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Going into the fights, did that help at all? Were you equally as nervous as the first time playing baseball, or were you better at it because it's your second professional sport?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest with you, man. No, fighting is so different. It's so crazy because, like, in baseball, I got a little nervous, but I have like a whole. If one person messed up on the team, the whole team messes up. But in fighting, yes, I have my coaches. Yes, I have my team prep me for the fight. But if I get jawed, right, and I get knocked out, it's because I made the mistake. And I didn't put my hand on the block. And that's what makes me nervous more about fighting, because any mistake that I do is completely on me. It's not on my coaches. It's not on my team. It's not on the people watching. It's because of me, And that's what makes me so nervous, is because I'm my biggest critic, man. I feel like every fighter is their biggest critic. Is like, I fear, of course, of like something bad to go wrong, but then I overcome that fear, knowing that, again, I bring up faith. It's like, okay, whatever God has in store for me today, I will take it and I will learn. That's how I look at it. If I get knocked out in the ring, I get knocked out, and it's because I didn't put my hand up. Well, that's God's sign to practice more and you're keeping your guard up. But no, not really too much anymore, especially with your experience. Of course, when you get more fights, the nerves go down a lot more. But I still love feeling those jitters, because it also reminds me that I'm human. If you ever meet a fighter and they tell you they are not nervous at all, that is a complete lie. There's never. I don't think I've ever. Even Mike Tyson used to cry before his fights, before he used to walk out. I don't know if people knew that, but Mike Tyson himself, the professional legendary boxer, used to cry before he used to go out and fight.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting background with his documentaries. People that watch it, he's not the person that you think he was. It's very different. The demon inside. What is it? Some people call it the general and the bitch. Like the bitch has to complain and the general has to win, kind of thing, right?
Yes, sir.
So very often, I think that's the case. Like within you're gonna be lazy. You're not gonna want to do it. You might be scared to do it. Be scared to get knocked out. Things like that. Scared to lose, but still got to go through with it.
Yes, sir.
So you did 8 fights and 1 loss, you said?
Yes, sir. I lost once.
Okay. So out of the 8 that you won, right? Which one was the hardest fight?
Which out of my 8 fights, 9 total.
8 wins. Out of the 8 wins was the hardest fight.
Out of the 8 wins? Yeah. Okay. Out of the 8 wins, I would say my hardest fight.
And why?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. My hardest fight was the one that I lost.
Okay, so let's talk about that one. So
I'd rather say the one that I lost, actually.
Okay, so let's go with that. You lost that fight. From a loss, that's the best way to learn. You're not going to learn by winning as fast.
But it hurts. I'll tell you what, it hurts, man.
It's kind of like
it hurts.
It does. It's like growing up in the ghetto versus growing up rich. Growing up in the ghetto, you learn quick, but differently. You know what I mean? Because you lose a lot.
Yes, sir.
So in that loss, you said it was your hardest fight. Tell me why it was your hardest fight, apart from obviously because you lost it.
It was my hardest fight because it was definitely trying to hit almost like a home run, because the guy that I was fighting had a lot of experience, and he actually fought pro in Thailand, but came back and he was still amateur, which, I have my opinions about that. Other fighters have their opinions about that. Like, me personally, like, if you fight pro in Thailand, what makes you think it's okay to come back here and fight amateur? But everybody to know, I love every single fighter that I fought, every single fighter that I lost to. Like, but me personally, just my opinion about that, I'm not really a fan of that, to be honest. But what made it so hard is just like, what made it so hard is because he was just top tier too, man. But I was right there with him. He's knocked out guys back and forth, dominate every guy. But I lasted all 5 rounds. The way I look my face now is the same way I came out the next day. Me personally, it was a close fight. He got the decision, a unanimous decision, but me and my team challenged that, but still haven't heard nothing back from the commission. But it was my hardest fight, man, because coming into that fight, there was a lot of things going wrong in my personal life. But I don't want to even bring that up because it's not even an excuse. Like, he was the better man that night. I chose to still go in. I could have backed out. I could have been like, "Oh, my neck hurt. I hurt my neck during training, whatever." But no, like, I don't back out. I go in there and fight like a man, because he took the fight. He trained the amount of weeks he trained. He suffered just as much as I have. So I think that what made it so hard is just my mental was definitely not there. My mental was not there that night, and that's why I think made it so hard. Is like, I try to overcome my mental side and just go in there and it's like, all right, let's do it. But it didn't go my way that night, so I lost, and I've learned from it. So
yeah, respect to that, man. Yeah. Like, so which fight was that? Was that the third fight, second fight? The fifth?
It was actually in September 7th. It was just this year. It was it was September 7th. It was against Emil Big Jack Razuli. He's one of the top guys in the nation, and unfortunately lost. But yeah, that's him.
Cool, man. Yeah, so going into this fight here, you know much about the guy you're fighting?
So there's 2 guys fighting February 15th, and then whoever wins out of that fight is the number 1 contender spot to fight me on May 17th. So I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm so sorry. I just know his last name is Hecht, versus a guy I actually fought before, Edwin Dela Cruz. So I know Edwin very well. I fought him back in July 15th of last year. Actually, 4 legendary fight promotions too for the belt. I came out winning that fight, but I don't know too much about Hedge, the guy that Edwin is fighting. All I do know about him, though, is that he's fought pro in Thailand. Actually, even has a Thailand stadium belt.
Oh wow! So is it the same kind of situation then as the last one?
Yeah, same kind of situation. That again, these guys go to Thailand, they fight pro, and they come back here and they're still amateurs. So if I went to Thailand and I fought 100 fights and I come back here, oh no, it's all good. I'm still an amateur, like, and it's okay. Like, if they accept it, then they accept it. If the commission in Washington or commission in the U.S. in general accepts that type of stuff, then they accept that type of stuff. I can't complain. So both these guys, I know Edwin very well. I fought him before. But Hedge, I don't really know too much about. I know that he has a good amount of experience. He comes from a great gym. The Cops Satong Sai guys. So I know he comes from a great gym. I know Edwin comes from a good gym too. But I'm excited to watch that fight and overall watch some heavyweight Muay Thai. But I'm excited, man. I'm just ready to see who the opponent is for May 17th.
So these two guys are going to fight, and then afterwards, the winner fights you.
Correct.
Oh, okay. And May 17th in Auburn. Okay, there we go. Out of these two guys, right? How do you think it's going to go? So you got Hecht, and you got Dela Cruz, right?
Yes, sir.
What weight class are these guys in?
It's over 200. So
over 200,
anything over 200 pounds. Yeah, anything over 200 is a heavyweight in the Washington State community. Washington State Commission. So that weight class is open after 200. So any weight.
Yeah. So for Dela Cruz, right? Do you know much about him?
Yes, like I said earlier, I did fight him for the Legendary Fight Promotion heavyweight belt back in June 15th of last year. So what I know about him is he doesn't give up, man. And I know his story. He has a good story too, man. When you talk to him, his story is amazing. That guy has come back from the lowest of lows and to go to the highest of highest. So he loves this game that we do. Actually, never mind. The fight game is not a game. So we don't play fighting. So the sport we do is his love, and he loves this sport so much, and he's a dog, man. He does not give up. So that's all I really know about Edwin. All I can say about him, and he's a dog, man.
So for Edwin, right? He's gonna go against Hecht. Do you know much about Hecht?
No, I don't know much about Hecht. The most I'm gonna know about Hecht is number one, that he comes from a great gym. Mr. Cobb or the Sitong Sai guys from Oregon, I think it is. They have a great style. So whichever one of these two guys wins, man, it's still gonna be a banger of a fight when I fight him next.
Okay, so right now we don't know who you're gonna fight. Based on the opponent you fight, right? I guess you do some tweaks here and there in your training camp to kind of go against that opponent, southpaw or not, and stuff like that. Right now, you don't know yet, I guess. Does it affect your training regimen at all? How you're gonna train, depending on, because it's kind of open, right? So are you doing like like general training now, and when you figure out who wins, you're gonna go more focused, or is it kind of the same general everything as you train?
Honestly, man, it doesn't really change too much. Of course, if I'm fighting a taller guy, I'm gonna spar with taller guys, and if I'm fighting someone a little bit more my height, of course I'm gonna spar with someone more my height. But we're not pros or anything, so we don't really get too much of our luxury like paying guys to come to the gym to spar or anything. But no, man, no matter who it is, even if it wasn't Hecht or Edwin, I'm still gonna work my absolute hardest to come out victorious, whoever it is. You know, I've been trying to defend that heavyweight belt for, well, June will be a year, so I'm fighting in May, so almost 11 months. So 11 months, yeah. So I've been trying to defend that belt in Washington for the longest. So whoever it is, whoever wants it, come and get it. It's open.
Nice. Okay, so you got that card. Do you have any other cards you're looking at doing in the future?
Yes. So my plan is, I'm gonna be honest. I want to switch to boxing.
Oh, nice.
The money is in boxing. Let's be real here. You know, I love boxing. I do not come from any boxing heritage or anything, but I've always loved Mexican boxing, and as crazy as it sounds, Russian Soviet boxing style. So I've always wanted to dabble in boxing. So that's something I definitely want to do this year, is do a boxing match in the amateurs, and see how far that goes. But for cards wise, I think this is the only thing I really have lined up for right now. If I can get something before that, that would be great. If I get something after that, that would be even better, because I like to stay active, man. I love to stay active.
Yeah, I only dabbled in boxing in my life, actually. I don't. I'm not saying I don't like Muay Thai, but because I'm not training to be a world champion. I grew up in the streets. Like, I'm just training to do a hook cross and knock someone out. Boxing, like within 6 months, you can have a pretty good hook cross to knock someone out. Not world champion level, right? So like for my kids, I put them in like a year just to get them like just the basic footwork, right? I'm not talking like not world champion, okay? Enough to just defend yourself, you know what I mean? Muay Thai, I think it's to throw a head kick, you got to have a lot of confidence to throw that kick. Otherwise, you can eat the ground, you know what I mean? So, so that's where I like boxing more. But I like Muay Thai as an art form more. hard to say.
Yes,
I
sir.
like both, right? It's just Muay Thai is exploding in Calgary. You see that I do boxing stuff and Muay Thai stuff on my channel. I like both, right? But yeah, that's cool, man. I would love to see how your boxing stuff progresses, because I love the sport of boxing also.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I was gonna say one more thing before I ask that question. It slipped my mind. Sorry, one sec. So it was about the future, right? I'm trying to close it with like the future stuff.
Yes, sir.
I said cards. Yes. So now you're an amateur, right?
Yes, currently an amateur. Yes.
The goal to become a pro?
Yes, sir. The goal is to become a pro. I was just in Thailand this last April, and I didn't fight in Thailand because I knew that would almost break my amateur status, right? I could have fought pro in Thailand, but I didn't because of that fear. Like, okay, if I come back, then I'm basically a pro, right? I fought pro in Thailand, but no, I did not fight in Thailand, and so I'm currently an amateur still.
Yeah, and that makes sense, because your opinion is that if you go pro in Thailand, you come here and go amateur, then it doesn't make sense. So you're sticking to your guns basically. Yeah.
Exactly, and I'm not bashing like anyone that does it. Like, if you do that, go do you. Like, I'm not mad. I'm not talking smack about it. None of that. Like, I just want to make that clear.
Yeah, no,
it's just like
totally.
In the past, like even like one of my coach's old father's name's Kevin Krevy. He fought pro in Thailand, came back here, and they didn't let him fight amateur. They didn't let him do that. They were on him about that, right? But it's kind of weird how things should be even more strict now, because the technology we got, the social media, we can see everything, right? But I just want to make that very clear. I'm not talking smack about nobody. I'm not talking smack that you're doing that. I'm just saying in general, in my own opinion, that I just think that's kind of not okay, because it's like, oh, well, if I get 100, like I say, if I go do 100 pro fights in Thailand, then I come back here, am I pro? Of course you're fighting pro.
Yeah, and everyone's entitled to your opinion. But what I was trying to say was, like, it's different if your opinion's fine, right? But like, if you practice what you preach, it's a bit better than like saying one thing and doing the other. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I was in Thailand in April. Yeah. I could have fought pro, but I didn't. They said, "Do you want to fight at Rajnadern, Raja Stadium?" And I said, "No, I can't." Even my coach said, "No, we can't do that because that will break amateur status."
Yeah. So speaking of going pro, right, and the timing and stuff,
yes,
you're
sir.
25 now. That's kind of the prime time ish, around hovering that age, I guess. The people kind of go pro right around there.
Yes, sir.
When do you think you're gonna go? How much time do you think you need more in your head, or how many fights do you think you want more to do before you go pro? Things like that. Like, how much time do you think you need or want?
I definitely want to turn pro before the age of 27. Because when you start touching 27, if you're not already pro, it starts getting close, because you're almost hitting 30. And after with the pros, they don't be hiring 30-year-olds. So it's very rare that you make it pro after 30. So in boxing, like I said, the goal now is to go boxing. But if Muay Thai does it for me, then definitely before 27. So I want to definitely do that before 27. Maybe get 2 or 3 more Muay Thai title fights, and then make the switch into boxing, and then do Golden Gloves and go out the ranks in boxing.
Yeah, that's great, man. So I want to propose something to you. I'm going to be there for the fight. I want to record the fight. I'm going to record the fight. And how about you review it with me on a video as a follow-up?
Oh, that'd be so sick, dude. Heck yeah.
That'll be fun, right?
Awesome.
Yeah, let's do that. Sir. And that way we can pick apart your opponents. Or, one of them's going to be your opponent, but we can pick apart the fight. You can do your analysis, give your feedback on it, your honest feedback on it, you know what I mean? And just record it and let everyone hear it. Yeah?
Yes, sir. I'm down for whatever, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, Hon. It's like I'm not a guy that talks smack. I don't talk shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. We both are men going in that ring, and at the end of the day, we're giving people entertainment, and we're doing what we love. So I got nothing but love and respect for Hecht and Edwin. Those guys seem like really cool guys. I know Hecht is a family man. He has a family, so I got nothing but love for him. Edwin on the other side, Edwin is one of my dogs now after we fought. I love this saying, man, is that you're my opponent, but you're not my enemy. I'm a big believer in that. And even in Thailand, man, you see these guys are like playing soccer with each other the next day after they break each other's faces. You know, so I have nothing but love and respect for those guys. So I can't wait to watch them fight. They're going to put a great show, and as well for Crew Brook, the legendary fight promotion team. They always put on an amazing show. Very nice, take care of us. So I can't wait for the show, man. It's going to be awesome. Yep,
and remember the show is Muay Thai Fight Night 24, location Combat Arts Academy in. It's going to be 5050 Dowridge Way, Southwest Seattle, Washington. Doors open at 2 p.m. Bouts start at 3. And it's going to be February 15, 2025. Okay, guys? So, Alberto, thanks for your time. I'm looking forward to the next time we speak. All right, bud?
Sweet.
Maybe I can, if you're free that day during the fight, I can even link you in for a little video thing if you want. It doesn't really matter. I'm down for anything, man. All right, bud?
Awesome. Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead, man. And thank anybody you want to thank. You know, this is the chance to do it, you know?
So first and foremost, of course, I want to shout out to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And number two, I want to give a shout out to my sponsors. Number one is Muay Thai Beast. So go to my page, look at Muay Thai Beast, or go to the Muay Thai Beast USA page. They have amazing Muay Thai apparel and shorts. Also, to the best CBD lotion in the game for athletes, Be Jolly Lotion. Make sure you go check out your Be Jolly Lotion at BeJollyLotion.com. Use code El Leon to get you a discount. And thank you so much for your time, CFC. Thank you so much, guys. And I hope you guys have a blessed day.
Cool. I want to ask you one more thing. So that lotion piece, right? Tell me more about that lotion from your sponsor. Like, how do you use it? What's it for?
So this is Be Jolly Lotions. It's his own family-owned business. He's a one-time owner, and I'm one of his sponsored athletes. His name's Brett. You go to Be Jolly Lotion on Instagram or BeJollyLotion.com, and he has tons of products on there, from apparel to lotions, of course. And this is going to be great for recoveries, aches, pains. I just recently broke my thumb, so I'm recovering from my thumb, and I just slapped this on there for my recovery. And he has the strongest CBD lotion in the game. So this is 42,000 milligrams in here in this bottle right here. So it's the strongest in the game, and it's the best in the game, man.
You know, I gotta ask you, I know more about the THC part than the CBD part, okay? So like,
yes, sir.
I've done Tiger Balm on my muscles when it's sore, right?
Yes, sir.
How does the CBD compare to like Tiger Balm on your joint?
Because Tiger Balm uses a different formula, and ours is all natural formulas. So it's all, grown, and it's done naturally, and it's like no preservatives. And I know Tiger Balm's been around for a very long time, but it ain't jolly like Be Jolly, man. I'll tell you what. You gotta go on that Instagram, check him out. Nicest dude in the world, best boss in the world. Shout out to Brett. He is one of the most awesome guys ever. He's actually coming down to my hometown, Sacramento, next week, so I can't wait to see him. But yeah, that's why it's a little bit different, better formulas, better for your body too. And it's all natural.
I really want to ask, like, does it like burn and have that cool feeling, or is it just like neutral?
It's neutral. So this one is neutral because this is for the aches and pains. It's the 42K. The one that burns, that's like Tiger Balm, in my opinion, is the best one, is the Thai lotion we have. That gets your body warmed up, get your muscles going right before your workout. This is like throughout the day or after your sessions for recovery.
I see.
For aches, pains, soreness, and it's gonna completely heal you up, fix all your aches and pains, and it should help you with that.
So it's for old people, it's for regular people, mom and dads, everybody, not just fighters.
Whoever.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Our owner Brett, he tore his elbow or his tricep, one of the two. And he just used his own product to help him with the healing process. And like I said, I broke my thumb, recovering now, using this every day, slapping it on there.
I've heard wonders about people using the CBD pills. I actually have some fighters that are older, in the 50s. They used to use Tylenol, and now they switched to CBD pills. And
way to go!
They stopped using Tylenol. So there you go.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So Alberto, man, great talking to you. Great meeting you. I'm gonna post this.
Always a pleasure.
And send you the link. All right, buddy.
Thank you so much, man. God bless, man. Hope to see you again.
Likewise. We are gonna see each other again. Take it easy, man.
Awesome, brother. Take care. God bless.